We're getting old, girl.
Cool. Awesome. Hi,
Okay.
Gretchen.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
No, I'm so excited that you actually agreed to join me
Of
and
course.
talk on camera about our time together at Norwich playing rugby.
Unforgettable.
I definitely was. So why don't you go ahead, Gretchen, start by introducing yourself and tell us what years you played at Norwich.
Sure thing. So I went to Norwich in 1991. I graduated in 1996. I was actually on the civilian campus at that point in Montpelier before they merged the two campuses. Um, I graduated with a communications major and I started playing rugby my sophomore year. And how I started to play rugby is I actually had a Norwich tour from a little beautiful Dominicana named Yesenia Garcia.
Oh, I didn't know that
And
was a connection there.
so I actually was a soccer player all through high school.
I remember
And
that.
I wanted to kind of take a break from soccer. I was a little burnt out. So naturally, rugby was perfect for me.
Hmm.
Okay. So Jesse gave you my campus tour, and I just really liked her. We became friends, and she was playing rugby and said, "You should really come out and practice." I explained I didn't know anything about it, and she said, "It doesn't matter. Come out." And so that sophomore year I did, and I never looked back. And that's how you and I met that
Right,
that
right.
that year, actually.
But
Yeah.
didn't you play soccer did you play something else your freshman year?
I played softball my
Softball.
freshman
Okay.
year. Yep, I was on the Norwich softball team.
That's right, because I knew we took you for something. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Softball. Awesome. Um, so then that goes right into my next question of who or what drew you to rugby, and that would be Jesse.
Yep.
Were you roommates too?
We were not roommates. She was a year ahead of me. I took a liking to her right away. And
Oh,
the
geez.
fact that she was on the rugby team, I really enjoyed her presence. And I kind of, from a distance, was seeing the camaraderie that they had. And it just kind of drew me to it. It was almost like a very natural progression for me to go to that sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a picture recently because I've been digging through, and it must have been our freshman year, maybe our sophomore year. I don't remember, but we were wearing the yellow jerseys, and Jesse was in the picture, and so was Elsie, and you weren't. And I was like, why isn't Gretchen in this picture? And now that makes sense. That makes sense. Awesome.
Yes. So if you recall, those yellow jerseys, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe those yellow jerseys were the leftover practice jerseys from the boys that we inherited because we didn't even have jerseys.
Of course they were,
Correct.
because we were nothing. Yes,
So, shout out to the guys team. They always helped us out when they could.
absolutely. Every single opportunity.
Yep.
They were always there for us.
Yep.
I was going as I was going through my paperwork, I was trying to find this letter that Kate and I wrote when we were gone. I was gone my junior year. I don't know if you remember that, but I went to Russia and Germany. When I came back, Kate and I wrote a letter to the president because they wanted to disband our club.
Oh, yes. I remember this.
And I have that letter somewhere and I've been looking for it everywhere. And we were
Yeah.
basically promising to be good girls, wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong.
I was a little involved with that. We won't
Hmm.
really get into the details,
So
but
some
yes, we were
shenanigans.
very lucky. What's that?
There were some shenanigans going on.
Yeah, we were very lucky. Now that I'm older and in hindsight, we were very lucky that President Schneider allowed us to continue. And we did clean up our act and look where we are today.
I
So,
know. And I'm also very glad that we didn't have cell phones back then because
yeah,
yeah, we probably wouldn't be where we are today.
would not be good. We would not have jobs. We could go on and on.
Are there on that light, are there any favorite memories that you want to share with us from your time playing? I have a couple, but
I
are there
have a
any that
lot of
stick out?
favorite memories. Oh, I have a lot. It's like where to begin. Probably one of my favorite, and I'll bring this up because I think it embodies the sport as a whole, is I think we were playing, it was like Dartmouth or UVM, I can't remember who, which, if you think about it, was pretty impressive we were playing those teams. Okay.
Yep.
First and foremost. But I just remember going back and forth with this girl on the other team. We were just beating the shit out of each other. And I remember looking across the way literally saying to her, I'm going to rip your effing head off on the next play. And I'm sure she was saying some stuff back to me. And 80 minutes later, we're arm in arm, singing songs and celebrating. So right there, that pretty much sums it up. You're battling each other, you're going to war, you're beating the living crap out of each other. And 80 minutes later, you're all celebrating. So you learn a lot from that, I think. You learn not to harbor ill will long term towards people. You get over it real quick with a couple beers, especially.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that was good times. What about, are there any favorite people that you remember that you want
Yes.
to
I
mention?
mean, obviously too many to mention, but two that we've lost in particular, Nicole Citrangelo and Kate Moskal, otherwise known as AWOL. One due to suicide, unfortunately, and the other one due to a bad motorcycle accident. They were instrumental part of the team socially as well as athletically. We always had each other's backs. So, of course, for the obvious reasons, it's a huge loss, and it was felt tremendously and deeply. And I still think about them today.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nicole was always the life of the party, always ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Always,
Oh
let's
yeah. I
go.
was
Come
ready to fight
on.
too. You
Oh,
need a
ready to
girl to
fight.
fight for you, she'll fight for you.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And then yeah, Kate was always there, ready to go. But
Yep.
yeah, huge
I
loss.
remember Kate could do pull-ups like I've never seen before.
And
That
run
girl just
forever.
cranked out 20 pull-ups like it was nothing. Yep.
Yep, definitely a huge loss. Miss them both very much.
Yep.
Um, so okay, now just changing subjects a little bit. Do you have any kids that went to Norwich? Are you up there a lot? Are you there frequently? Are you doing any volunteer roles?
No, yes, so life has come full circle in more than one way. I have my daughter, Nerissa Archambault, who plays for the women's ice hockey team up there. She's played all 4 years. She just graduated. She was the COVID year, so
Hmm.
they all got redshirted. So she's going back to Norwich next year to play her final year and
Oh,
start
good
her
for
mark.
her.
And then about 2 years ago, I was coerced by Bobby Carroll, class of 97, to join the business board of fellows. And so I've been doing that for a couple years now, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy being up on campus, seeing it from a different perspective, helping the kids out, and getting to see my daughter at the same time.
You couldn't convince her to play rugby, huh?
I don't want to play in rugby. She needs to stay healthy and unbroken for hockey because you can't. I told you, you can't do two intensely physical sports in 1 year. It's a recipe for disaster. You got to pick one
Absolutely.
or the other. So
Absolutely.
she's was born to play hockey,
Smart girl. Um,
but she likes to watch hockey.
she likes to watch rugby.
She likes it, and she has a lot of respect for rugby players. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to when you see the sport and you see what we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, is there anything else you want to share with us? Are there any
Well,
last thoughts you have?
people often ask me like, what are Norwich women's rugby current players and graduates like? And so I kind of just made up this little paragraph, what I think of when I think of a Norwich women rugby player.
Hmm.
And I think we are truly elegant violence. We have agility, speed, and strength combined, masculine, feminine, seamlessly aligned. Our minds are as sharp as our bodies are fierce, a blend of prowess, strong and fierce. That is, to me, what a Norwich women's rugby player is.
That's beautiful, Gretchen. It's awesome.
Don't
You wrote that
don't you
yourself.
go crying on me. Yeah, don't go crying on me now.
There
Go crying in rugby.
is no crying in rugby. You're right. Well, thank you very much, Gretchen. I appreciate your
Thank
time.
you. And I'll see you at the 40th. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Me too. Thanks,
Okay.
Gretchen.
Aaron, good seeing you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.